Brightest blessings, everyone. Psychic medium Elizabeth Grove here. Thank you for joining me on the Paranormal Priestess YouTube channel. I hope everyone is doing well. Happy spring to those who are in the Northern Hemisphere. Happy fall to those who are in the Southern Hemisphere. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some of the energies that we're experiencing now in the Ascension Collective. Now, it is a very, very beautiful time if you are in the Northern Hemisphere to think about what types of experiences you would like to have, what you would like to manifest. Why? Because now is the energy of new possibilities, new growth, and that's always an exciting thing. Spring cleaning, clearing out the old. Clearing out the old of what no longer is aligned with you. So if you are experiencing anything that perhaps is not resonating with you anymore, or a person that's not resonating, or a habit, or a belief that's not serving you anymore. If there's a certain habit you're trying to kick, this is going to be a great time for you to clear out what is blocking you from moving forward and bringing your highest future timelines in. I love the whole excitement surrounding this time of year. I really always feel like, okay, let me just now take a look at what I've been through and reflect on it. And the current energies for the Ascension Collective is certainly about collecting those lessons now and really realizing kind of how everything has fit together and the different lessons that you've learned, the gifts of wisdom. What did you learn? Right? We go through so much on the Ascension journey. We go through twin flame experiences. We go through facing the shadow. We go through these really painful times known as the dark times of the soul. People also know it as the dark night of the soul. And things are often very confusing. Right? There's a lot of very, very heavy emotions involved. We feel stuck. We feel sometimes helpless or hopeless, like there's no way out and there's no way of moving forward. And it's certainly a time to look at that and really to just give thanks for where you are, of course. That's always a great thing to do. But so many of us are now understanding why certain things had to happen, why we had to go through certain lessons, why we needed to have a connection with a certain person or certain people. We're realizing why it took so much time and really looking at it from an empowered perspective, an empowered point of view. So I really am receiving that as just really understanding more of the gifts, really reaping those benefits, having a higher perspective of things. And that's beautiful. And so many in the collective now are no longer feeling stuck. They're no longer feeling like they have to wait upon a person, wait for happiness. We are now understanding that we can create our own reality. We are understanding that what we are cultivating within, that sanctuary that we're cultivating within, is really the way to go. And that will absolutely translate to the physical reality. And we're really becoming very empowered by that fact, understanding it, using it to our advantage. So I love that. So there really is such a freedom energy that the Ascension Collective is really embracing now. I know just from reading a lot of divine feminines out there that so many feminines who have been really struggling with their worth, struggling with their value, and feeling as if they are constantly giving their power away, so many feminine are realizing now just what it means to feel powerful and to be aligned and to feel peaceful and to set these healthy boundaries after really dissolving those unhealthy cords and really clearing what's pulling their power down, including if that were a twin flame connection as well. So I know for so many of the divine feminine in the collective, it is a powerful time of just being very flexible with the path, being very excited about enjoying life, enjoying experiences, really being open to whatever is aligned, whatever is in the highest good, instead of this unhealthy attachment, instead of this waiting or obsessing, instead of this constant over focusing of an outside person or outside scenario in order to create happiness within. The feminine really have learned that, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. It really is. And for those who are masculines, who are divine masculines, there's so much of that heart healing also that's really taking place, really facing the shadow, really facing so much of what has really dragged the masculine down, as far as especially societal beliefs and what's put on the masculine. Of course, feminine have that too. The masculines are truly understanding what it means to have that value of the heart and soul, the worth of the heart and soul, and what it means to be in strength and what it means to be in power without those patriarchal distortions connected. And that is also really beautiful. So the collective is in this really powerful place right now. In the southern hemisphere, it's fall. And fall is about, of course, it's clearing. It's about death. It's about shedding the old, right? And it goes, of course, really well with new beginnings. So we have these two energies that we can tap into, whether you're in the northern hemisphere or whether you're in the southern hemisphere, of clearing away, cleansing what no longer serves, and being able to clear the roadway of all of those blockages to allow for those opportunities to open up, to allow for all of the best to start coming in, allowing the abundance to come in, the unconditional love partnership to come in, sacred partnership, prosperity, health, all of that. And so those future timelines, of course, are coming in very, very quickly because of so much of the cleansing. And it makes a lot of sense now. The energies, of course, I said, of the collective, it's about understanding the clarity of why we had to go through what we had to go through, why we had to face certain things, why we had to go through certain relationships, why we had to have certain experiences. And even though sometimes we hold on and we expect and we script in our head as to where we think our path is leading us, even with a lot of the surprises and the changes that are happening now in the collective, they're being more embraced. They're being more accepted as, that's fine. That is beautiful. I am happy about this. I am happy. I am peaceful. As long as something, someone, or some place is aligned with me, then this is exactly what I will embrace. And I really get that as a very, very big message for the collective now. We're learning about soul connections. I've talked about this in other videos. And the realities of these connections, we're understanding a lot more about in a multidimensional way. We are understanding the different dynamics of love. We're accepting more of that unity consciousness of unconditional love. We're looking at the connection with different soul partners or experiences. We're seeing that more as a whole rather than comparison and separation. We're seeing how all of it really is love, and it's about, okay, as far as anything else I might desire in the physical way in my life, what is the match, or who is the match? And whoever is the match, then that is truly a blessing. That is truly holy and sacred. That is the divine partnership. And there is no disappointment. And that's a huge message that I'm getting to for the collective now, is that whereas we used to think we would get disappointed if something didn't happen or didn't happen with a certain partner, or we felt that if it wasn't this way, then we'd have to suffer, we'd have to settle. And so many in the collective are realizing now that that was only an illusion, Those were all just fear-based thoughts and beliefs and stories. Again, we are learning about the different connections, and we're learning about unity, and we're learning about sacred partnership. We're learning about our place in all of this, understanding how all of it has fit together. Really, such a profound leveling up. And I am really proud of all of you for really sticking it through and committing to yourselves, committing to your journeys, and through all of the pain and through all of the struggle, all of the surprises, the confusion, the illusion. You all have really, you've really committed to your hearts. You have really committed to your souls. You've chosen that, right? You've chosen the path. And this path is definitely not easy in any way. But the big message here also is that there are no mistakes on this journey. You can't get it wrong. And the fear of getting it wrong, what if I get it wrong? What if this doesn't happen? What if this does happen? All of that is really just clearing away. So much of it has been cleared away because you have done so much of that inner work. And I know that sometimes it takes a long time, right? It takes years of going through all those levels, all those layers of things. And sometimes we have to go back into that pain. We have to go back into those shadows, right? But you've committed to that. You have, right? So I am so grateful for all of you, and definitely be proud of yourself. Be proud of the courage. And the message that I'm also receiving is the bravery and the courage. Just keep on aligning with that courage and that bravery. No matter what you need to face, no matter what may be difficult, whatever the challenge, that courage and that bravery is there. Not when things are easy, but that bravery and that courage is there when things are difficult. But you face them anyway. You face them anyway. Even when you don't know what's going to happen, right? It's taking a leap of faith. That's when courage is really tested. So I know so many of you have been brave, and that bravery is such a gorgeous coat of armor. It really is, in the healthiest of ways. You are safe. You truly are, and you're realizing that. Because you've done so much clearing and so much transformational work, you are understanding and feeling it and relaxing into it that you are safe, you are secure, that you haven't lost anything good. You've only lost things that have not served you. The sacrifices have all been to benefit you, to benefit your journey. And I can tell just the overall feeling of the collective now is just feeling a lot more present, a lot more relaxed, a lot more willing to truly surrender. We used to think in the past that we were surrendering, right? But then we would overly focus on someone or overly focus on what we were attaching to as an outcome. And it wasn't really surrendering. Okay? There was still fear underneath. There was still beliefs underneath. There were still false narratives underneath. There were still those wounds, those masks underneath. But since we've gotten through so much of that, and the darkest is really behind us, we are really able to surrender in every single way. So much work has led to this moment. And even though some of you might still be struggling with this a bit, I'm sure that you are finding it easier and easier to actually surrender and know that you are supported. That this huge, beautiful multiverse, that source, you are supported by them. Your soul is supporting you. Your higher self is supporting you. Your very powerful team of light is supporting you. And that feels peaceful, right? That feels safe. Even though things are chaotic in the world, craziness all around us, we could still remain peaceful through that. We could still remain feeling secure and feeling safe through that. We can still very much be aligned with our power, aligned with our faith through all of that. And that's where we are going. We are heading in that direction. And we are truly going to be able to sustain this positive energy, this light-filled energy, this empowered energy, and stay in that so much longer than we ever have. And that's due to the fact that we really have dissolved so much of the karmic past and have closed those doors permanently. I'm very, very excited about where this collective is going. And I know that at this point, you are too, and you can see it. You couldn't see it then because you were deep in the wounds and deep in the attachment, deep in the separation consciousness, not truly understanding the meaning of unity consciousness. But the clarity, the perspective is here. And it's life-changing, right? It's truly life-altering. I'm also getting for the collective that so many of you are now having your talents and your gifts come back up to the surface. You are really activating also parts of you that are meant to be activated now, bringing in more of your gifts, more of your abilities, more of your talents, your creativity. You're finding that things that you used to really enjoy and be connected to when you were younger, and that pure energy, that those things are coming back. And you might even be experiencing so much of your child self now, which is a great sign, right? That child energy of play, of that creativity that you're drawn to, that imagination. And those are absolutely expressions of your true, divine, authentic soul. The more that you can engage in what makes you happy, the more that you can engage in your gifts, your talents, your abilities, things that really call to you, the things that you feel really connected to, that is really going to help you to be in that higher vibration, that higher frequency. That's really going to help you to go through your transformational processes in a much smoother manner. So remember that, because I'm getting a lot of that creativity returning, and it feels really new. It feels really refreshed. It's not the way that you might have remembered it when you put it down last. And for gifts that you didn't know were there, psychic gifts, healing gifts, or maybe you've experienced a little bit of it, more of this is coming on board. And this is going to be a very exciting time of discovery as far as that's concerned, because you're going to be learning about the parts of yourselves that you didn't know. And that really helps with you aligning with your true worth and your true value, because you will feel more of a sense of purpose in this world, in which you do. You have a purpose. And then it's about getting excited about the possibilities of what you could build, what you could create, what you could put out there in the world to make other people's lives better, to make this world a better place. So, the growth, the possibilities, they're coming in as we cleanse out the old. And in the southern hemisphere, it's about the crone. It's about shedding. It's about clearing away, right? Clearing it away and bringing in, having doors open, having the road open, having higher experiences, higher connections. Soul tribes, soul mates. We don't have to put labels on it, but just sacred connection, divine partnership, having opportunities for you to shine out there, doing what it is that you love to do, being who you are. And all of that is finding its way to you, because now you are that light, right? You're that light that is able to attract it. It resonates, the laws of resonance. So I hope this speaks to you out there. I hope that you can get as excited as I am about this and really just allow all of this to happen, right? Don't step in your own way. Whatever comes up, be willing to embrace what is leaving you, what's not serving you, whether it's a thought, a belief, a habit. And know that every time you're doing that, you are serving your light, you're serving the greater light, you're serving the greater collective, and you are always on track, and good things are bound to come in. They're bound to find you. So thank you so much for listening. And remember, from the heart of the darkness is born the light. Brightest blessings, everyone, and I will see you soon.